Hey guys, what's going on? Today we have something a little bit different. I'm having one of my teammates on the channel going over his first place OTS list, which is Mitsurugi Ryzeal. Now I know you've seen a Mitsu Ryzeal list before, but we're going to talk about how his list has changed post Justice Hunters, because the new decks like K9 Vanquish Soul and Yummy are really changing what kind of non-engine you have to play and how you want to approach playing the Mitsurugi Ryzeal deck into the new format. So we're going to go over Jordan's list here. We're going to talk about how the new Justice Hunters deck line up against it and what you can do to be able to continue playing the Ryzeal Mitsurugi deck in the Justice Hunters format. Okay, Jordan, what's going on? Thank you for hopping on.
What's up?
Yeah, so you just this past weekend won your OTS championship or OTS thing with approximately how many people would you guess?
I think it was 35, maybe, yeah, 35, I think.
Yeah, and it was post Justice Hunters, so we had all the Justice Hunters decks out, but you decided to take this deck, Mitsurugi Ryzeal. Why did you decide to go with that? Is it because you didn't have the new ones yet, or you actually think this is like the best one for the format for the next month?
Yeah, so specifically, I did have access to the Crystron K9 deck, so it wasn't a matter of not having the cards. I actually thought like release weekend would be a great time to play this deck. A lot of people are cutting Droll from their main decks. If they are playing it, they're side decking it. And that makes it easier for you to break boards going second, game one especially, because a lot of times with this deck, when you go second, you can break boards, but you get drolled way before you're able to even like attempt to break the board. So I just thought that it was a good time to still play the deck. I thought the deck was still just unfair as well. Like even with the release of these decks, like Detonator Cross with another monster up, possibly hand ripping you for 2 is still insane. Plus the quick play to bring back the Rigeki, you're losing a resource. Like nothing changed about the quality of the cards. Basically, was my thought process.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like there's so many like FTK-ish decks right now with either hand loop or Protoss or just full board, whatever. Like you don't even have to do those, just make the full board and it's kind of FTK. But yeah, that's a good reason. Let's go through your list. You want to just read through your main and stuff?
Yeah, so obviously in the main, I don't think I have to go over too much. I mean, it's the standard Mitsurugi stuff: 3 Hobby, 1 Murakumo, 1 each of the little guys. I didn't play the Night Sword Serpent. I know some people kind of have been back and forth on that. I just thought it was another brick. I was like, it does make your prayer a 1-card combo, but we could also just play Dragluxion and make our prayer a 1-card combo without adding a brick. So that was my theory there. And then 3 prayers for 1 ritual. I didn't want to play the heavy pre-prep builds. I think those builds are just way too susceptible to droll. Even if some people are cutting at this format, I still did not want to play into it if at all possible. And then the standard like 2x, 2 ice, 2 sword, 1 node, 1 star saw, and then 1 cross. Had a lot of hands with 1 node, 1 cross in my hand. That was a lot of fun this weekend.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not too bad. And then Bonfire, 2 Tachyon. I still think Tachyon's a really good card in this deck. Not so much for like, obviously it's a neg-1, but it's a searchable rota via just going through your prayers combo and making the Dragluxion. So I thought it was worth playing. And then I played like the standard 15 hand traps. Nothing too crazy. I still chose to play Imperm because I thought it comboed well with Nib, and I thought it was still a good card to draw off with either Charmy. On top of that, I thought some people would still play it because I thought maybe worse players would think Imperm's good again, which I don't know how to say this. Like, it's not great, but I still wanted to play it, if that makes sense. Just mainly because of the combination with Nib.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I played the... Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then the 3
and then,
spells,
yeah, the 3 Egyptian God cards and cross out talents and called by. They're insane. I drew several hands of called by cross out, so
that's great.
Those were FTKs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take this main deck. Let's compare it to what you played at Nats, because you played Mitsu Rise at Nats. So how have you changed the main at all compared to like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, so 2 weeks ago I was playing 1 Nibiru, 2 Imperm. I can't exactly remember what the other non-engine we played was, but
Droll
it wasn't good, I'll tell you that. Droll, oh yeah, we played Droll in the main, that's what it was. I kind of liked this list a little more because we didn't have conflicting hands of Charmy Droll. That was really nice too often. Or we didn't have it too often because it's only going to happen in games 2 and 3 if it does. But yeah, back then we were playing Droll. I think this list, necessarily the engine, didn't change too much. Honestly, the only thing that I changed engine-wise was I decided to play a Dynamundo, because at Nats I didn't play Dynamundo because Paul told me that it wasn't needed.
Well, Paul's wrong.
Yeah, correct. Shoutouts to what's his name, Baguska.
Yeah. Okay, so knowing full well that decks like yours are out there that can like FTK if you don't have Droll, why didn't you main Droll?
Because I just accepted the loss at that point. I had a theory that like if I just hit them with a few of these hand traps that I have, even if I just hit them with one Charmy or like a Charmy and Ash or Charmy and Imperm, that's probably going to make them go into a half board enough. Or even if I have like Imperm Ash, probably still makes them go into a half board, unless it's Malice, of course.
Yeah.
But I actually didn't see any of that this weekend.
Okay.
So that was my theory there. I thought that like I still had enough non-engine to the point that I could beat them. I also thought, like, no offense to like any players, but I thought a lot of people will play the decks incorrectly this weekend, and that turned out to be true as well.
Like mainly the new decks or even the old ones?
Yeah, like plays the new decks wrong, which like a couple people did, I think.
Yeah, it's understandable. I mean, literally the first like time you.
Yeah. It's like it's no offense to anyone. Like I couldn't play them perfectly either.
Yeah. Okay, so let's take a look at this side. It's kind of standard with the 6 traps, 3 Lancia. We talked about the Drolls, and then you played Dark Ruler. So, what was your reasoning for Dark Ruler?
So Dark Ruler, I felt like it covered the Yummy matchup the best, and I didn't really, in this side deck slot, I wanted it to be specifically for Yummy, because hand traps don't really do a ton into that deck. So I was like, all right, I gotta play some form of a breaker that's gonna help me get through them. And I felt like this covered it best because I don't lose cards, and it turns off their board, which is really, really wide. It's not like, it doesn't look super imposing, but it's really wide, and it does a lot once you get through. It kind of reminds me of like a Snake Eye board where it's super layered.
Yeah.
And I felt like Dark Ruler, while they still would have some form of layering if they have the quick play spell, would just turn off the main problems being like Herald and the Book of, or sorry, not the Book of Moon, but the ones that tag out and then get you back into the Book of Moon.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a good call, and it turned out to work out pretty well when I did play Yummy. It's just my Yummy opponent bricked and summoned like Fenrir and Unicorn, so I Dark Ruler with 2023 board.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So did you bring anything in against Vanquished Soul going second? Droll?
So going second against Vanquished Soul? Yeah, it was just Droll basically. I took the opinion of that if I'm gonna go second against that deck, it's already gonna be like basically impossible unless I open like specific non-engine plus extra Ryzeal or like a way to extra Ryzeal.
Yeah.
I felt like the Drolls were enough though to the point like I would have 18 hand traps then. That would be enough to draw multiple hand traps, and hopefully the Vanquished Soul deck would not get to full combo me.
Gotcha.
Basically my thought process was also like, if I can make that deck either not smasher me or not end on the trap, I can play, because those are the only, like the trap is a killer versus this deck because it turns off Murakumo and Detonator and everything. So
yeah, that's fair. So did you end up playing or find yourself playing any different into the K9 decks, like knowing that if you hand trap you might open yourself up to Smasher or whatever, or did you kind of just send it and if they have it they have it?
Yeah, so it's certainly a consideration. I think the best thought process when you're going to play a deck like Mitsurugi and you take the approach I do where you play 15 hand traps in some form or 18 after games 2 and 3. I think you just send it. You're like, if they have Azuna, they have Azuna. Hopefully I drew another hand trap and I'll be able to, stop that engine. That's also the advantage of playing something like Nib, is you can let them combo and get into both engines. Excuse me, sorry. You can let them get into both engines, and everybody's playing into Nib right now, and you can Nib them right before they make a Ripper usually.
Yeah, that is kind of nice actually. Because before just pure Vanquish Soul, Nib was dead, but with easily. The K9 cards, it actually makes Nib a lot better.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go through the extra really quick. Anything weird or different? You said Dynamondo, but standard everywhere else.
Yeah, like that's not too crazy. I think the only flex spot that has changed every tournament I've played has been where the Light Dragon is. That Light Dragon has been Castel, it's been Tornado Dragon, it's been the Code Igniter. I thought that playing Light Dragon was best for this event because if your Vanquished Soul opponent lets you establish 2 level 4s, then you just go into this and hopefully that you can protect your board to a certain point. I don't think it's a terrible card. I think it's a flex spot that could be a lot of things though.
Yeah, it's kind of just like whatever, and it depends what you play against mostly.
Right.
Yeah.
I would play a second twin if I didn't play this light dragon again, though, is what I would say. I'd play a second twin.
That makes sense. Twin's good.
Yeah.
What were your matchups for this tournament?
Yes. So I played against, I think we had 6 or 5 rounds of Swiss. I played against White Forest, and I won that matchup. Then I lost to K9 Vanquish Soul. That was a game 1 smasher, and then I missequenced my hand traps game 3. I don't even think I win, but missequencing didn't help. Then I played against Luna Light and beat that. Then I played against Yummy Kashtira, and I wish I kind of got like a better matchup against this guy. Like, this wasn't his fault by any means. He got hand looped game 1, and then lost to Detonator Imperm. And then game 2, he said he played like a 6-card Kashtira engine. He opened 4 of the Kashtira cards, so there was like nothing he could do. Just goes like Fenrir, Unicorn, Birth, Pass.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, I accidentally misplayed into the Birth, but obviously we still beat the hell out of him. And then last round playing is Fire King. It was really odd. My deck obviously doesn't have a great matchup into that, but we just kind of cooked him because we opened Imperm and he didn't have a what do you call that? What's that card? Kieran.
Yeah.
To dodge it. So that was good. So we got 4-1 in Swiss, and then top cut I played against Fiendsmith Mitsurugi. I don't know. That was a very quick 2-0. Guy was really nice, but he didn't have as much. His engine just didn't do as much, I guess, is what I would say. And then I played the same K9 Vanquish Soul guy in top 4, and then this time, like I said, it's just weird. He decided not to normal summon his guy to get the trap from the field spell, and I beat him. So I don't know what he played so much better in Swiss than he did in top cut. So I don't know if it was fatigue or what, you know. But it is what it is. And then I played against Striker. It was a pretty good game, I guess you could say. I lost the roll, and then I lost game 1, and then I hand looped him game 2, and then he bricked game 3. So it was a classic Striker matchup.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Well, congrats on your first place after all those, whatever, 9 rounds. Would you change the deck in any way? You said the Light Dragon would be Eclipse Twins, but was the rest of your non-engine fine, or do you want to swap it out if you were to play this again?
I would maybe try something like Ghost Ogre, because I saw that was seeing some success over the weekend, but that seems like a decent card to try over maybe like you don't have to play Nib, but I chose Nib this weekend, so I'd maybe try Ogre just to try it out.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, cool, dude. Appreciate it. Anything else you want to say while you're on here? Or you all good?
Shout outs my wife. Shout outs cool stuff. Thanks for everything, guys.
All right, thanks, man. Take care.
Thank you.